Wrapped in a cozy robe, aromatic pillow warming her aching shoulders, gentle music filling any silent space between the chatter of her lifelong best friends, crackling fire in the marble fireplace, hair of the dog cocktail in hand. Gillian heaved a huge sigh. She did not have time for all this. "I know, right?" said Serena, also known as the reason they were all trapped in a spa for the next several hours. "I'm in heaven." Gill did not say a single sarcastic thing. It was a challenge to her stressed, overhung brain, but she met it. Instead, she settled deeper into her cushy lounger and took another sip of her peach Bellini, listening as Natalie read more service options off the spa's menu. Like they hadn't been over and over them, hadn't booked their whole day back before Jill's Thanksgiving break. She pasted a contented smile on her face and closed her eyes. Let everyone assume she was blissed out while they debated lunch. Her racing mind went straight back to grappling with the feedback to her teaching review. "Everyone say hot stone massage." Natalie's bossiest voice indicated it was selfie time. Gill kept her eyes serenely closed, hoisting her glass while showing her teeth. "Best bachelorette ever," Serena said, entirely against Nat's orders. But she was the bride. She could do as she liked. Gill held her pose. "Beautiful. Great," someone said. Not Serena, not Natalie, not Rachel. A male someone. "How about now everyone stands in close to your pregnant friend?" She dropped down her drink and opened her eyes. She was looking directly into a lens. Big professional camera lens. Strong, firm fingers adjusting it, somehow both restless and sure of their movements. Behind the lens, a shaved head. The others were laughing now, talking about the expression on her face, how it was priceless, how they hoped the photographer captured it. Personally, she didn't care one way or another if he had, so long as he wasn't. He was. "Hey, Gillian. Long time." Amid her friends' gasps of mirth, they peppered her with more questions. "You know him? Wait, you didn't tell me. And how precisely are you two acquainted?" Bunch of nonsense, and she opted not to answer. "Vic, hi." He wasn't quite bald. Now she was examining him while trying to avoid meeting his eyes. A furze of gray-brown hair sprouted over his shapely head. Barely there, but still one of the significant ways his appearance had changed the past decade. Same intent, wiry frame, same wide, lush lips, same open, guileless gaze. Not the same sex appeal. No. He'd managed to up that by a factor of 1,000 or so. And from the glint as he took in how speechless he'd rendered her, he damn well knew it. The jerk. "So, everyone, this is Victor Anthony. He's a friend of our pal Jorge, who used to work with me and Dylan. Took the photos at Jorge and Bubba's wedding, which is like the best rec possible. So of course I booked him for us. He's going to get a few shots of us this afternoon." Serena looked positively smug as she introduced Vic to Natalie and Rachel. He shook their hands before turning to her. "And I've met Jilly Bean." Met. Tormented. She was a linguist. She ought to be able to come up with something more original than tomato, tomato to express her ire. But that was Vic all over. Such a persistent pest she couldn't come up with a coherent put-down. Maybe it was the hangover. Or she was hyper-focused on her tenure committee deadline. Or all the lavender and eucalyptus in the neck pillow tricked her into relaxing the sarcastic part of her thought processes. "He's a friend of Antons." Vic Anthony and Anton Bellamy. They'd been dubbed the Tony twins back in elementary school, and never bothered to stop being best pals, despite how growing up turned them into such different people. Her baby brother, the mechanical engineer who spent half his time in Houston on lucrative contract jobs, the other half globe-trotting, doing all that good work stuff that meant every 12th journalist in the Northern Hemisphere had his contact info. And Victor, who starred in most of the school plays and took all the cast photos, who was always joining, then quitting clubs and bouncing between social groups. Everyone loved Vic, but Anton was his only evergreen friend. The one at his side, whether they were surrounded by the recycling committee, or the improv players, or the track team.